Hello, everyone. Today I will be presenting a drug educational infomercial. My name is Sofia Cuevas, and I will be talking about psilocybin, also known as magic mushrooms, or shrooms. So, what is it? It's a chemical obtained from certain types of fresh or dried mushrooms. As I mentioned previously, there are two types of mushrooms. There are the fresh ones, which have a white/whitish gray stem, and their caps are dark brown around the edges and light brown or white in the center, as seen in the top image. The dried ones are rusty brown and have isolated areas of off white, as seen in the second image. Now, psilocybin mushrooms are found in Mexico, Central America, and the United States. Their use can be dated back to 9000 to 7000 BCE, thanks to prehistoric rock art found in Spain and Algeria depicting their hallucinogenic effects, as seen in the top image. Mesoamerican cultures also used them as well. The Aztec and Mayans used them for religious and spiritual context and called them Teonacatal, flesh of gods. The Mazatec and Mixtec indigenous people also used them for rituals and ceremonies. Fast forward to the 1960s, psychology professors Timothy Leary and Richard Alpert promoted the use of psilocybin mushrooms as part of the counterculture movement of the time. By the 1970s, psilocybin mushrooms were widespread. Their species were cultivated and described, and they were the most widely used psychedelic drug of that era. In more contemporary times, people use them for therapeutic reasons, such as the treatment of depression, anxiety, and PTSD, or simply for recreational purposes. They can be ingested orally, brewed in tea, added to food, and a psilocybin trip can last 3 to 6 hours. Psilocybin has more of a psychological effect, so they can cause hallucinations, an inability to discern fantasy from reality, and at higher doses, it can cause panic reactions and psychotic like episodes. The effects of psilocybin on the body include nausea, vomiting, muscle weakness, and a lack of coordination. The overdose effects of psilocybin can look more like a longer, more intense trip episode, psychosis, possible death, and poisoning if psilocybin mushroom is incorrectly identified. While there is so much research to be done on the long term effects of psilocybin, this is what has been found thus far. Flashback hallucinations can occur, aka HPPD, hallucinogen persisting disorder, which is the re experiencing of a hallucination from a previous trip that happened weeks or even months ago. It has also been noted that there can be changes in personality and mood. So, psilocybin affects serotonin systems, which helps in the regulation of mood, emotions, and cognitive functions, as well as re experiencing a hallucination from a previous trip, as I mentioned earlier, increased anxiety and depression, heightened impulsivity in regards to decision making, and difficulties in social functioning. This is what psilocybin addiction can look like. It can start off as compulsive use, using shrooms when it's not appropriate or convenient, neglecting responsibilities, failing to meet school, work, or personal obligations, increased tolerance, taking larger amounts to experience same effects, withdrawal symptoms, experiencing anxiety, irritability, or other negative feelings when not using, and finally, continued use despite negative consequences, using shrooms even after experiencing psychological or physical difficulties. Here are just some more facts and negative consequences of psilocybin use. It is considered a Schedule 1 substance, which means it has a high potential for abuse, and there is currently no accepted medical use treatment in the United States, as well as a lack of accepted safety for use under medical supervision. Psilocybin use has actually increased over time. Lifetime use has increased significantly from 2002 to 2019, especially among 26 plus year olds, as seen in the top graph. And findings from a 2016 study found that 62% of people reported their experience to be among the top 10 most psychologically difficult or challenging experiences of their lives. Thank you all for listening and have a great day.